My death was meant to be the final act, an end to it all. The single biggest sacrifice of the Second Wizarding War was supposed to be mine, a hero's tragic ending to a painful, complicated life. But what if, in one desperate, foolish moment, the boy I swore to protect refused to let me die? I was meant to be at peace, but I was forced to keep on living when all I truly wanted was for it to be over. The life I was dragged back into became a punishment far worse than death. It twisted what was left of me into a dark vigilante and made Potter's own heroism feel like the ultimate insult to his mother's memory. Everything changed in that final moment. I was in the shrieking shack, bleeding out from the snake's bite, my purpose finally fulfilled. I had given Potter the memories. As I watched the life fade from his eyes, Lily's eyes, I was ready, but he refused to let it end. I felt him fumbling in that old pouch and then forcing a bezoar down my throat. It was a desperate, idiotic move, a lesson from his very first potions class used as a Hail Mary, a frantic, hopeless act of mercy for a man he had just discovered gave up everything for him. And it worked. The venom, as potent and magical as it was, slowed just enough, long enough for Pomfrey to arrive and stabilize me. So, I survived. The war ended, the Dark Lord was gone, and when I finally awoke, it was not to the quiet nothingness I had earned. It was to the sound of whispers calling me a hero. For me, this was a personalized hell. Every quiet, thank you, every look of admiration felt like a physical blow. This was not my reward. I wanted peace. I sought an end to the long, miserable penance that began the instant I told the Dark Lord of the prophecy. My sacrifice was meant to be the final payment on a debt I owed Lily Potter. To have that payment rejected and by her son, of all people, is a unique and exquisite torture. And Potter's gratitude? That is the absolute worst part. The boy, now a man, keeps trying to connect, to show his thanks, but every time I look at him, I see James Potter's face staring at me with a pity that makes my skin crawl. I pull away, my sneer becoming a permanent wall. This new life, this hero status, it's a cage. I am stuck in a world I do not feel a part of, tied to a life I never wanted. The Ministry, now under the command of Kingsley Shacklebolt, insisted on a trial, a mere formality. They said, a way to publicly clear my name. Potter displayed my memories in the pensieve, and the entire wizarding world watched, stunned, as my double life was revealed. They saw my love for Lily, my pact with Dumbledore, and they finally understood that killing the headmaster was my ultimate act of loyalty. I was cleared, of course, but through the entire proceeding, I sat there, silent and disgusted. I offered no defense, no explanation. I refused to participate in my own redemption. When I was declared a hero and a free man, I rejected the Order of Merlin, first class, and all the job offers that followed. I simply disappeared. I rejected their world, their forgiveness, and their praise, seeing it all as a stain on the memory of the only person I was ever trying to honor. Months passed. Then, the rumors started. Whispers of fugitive Death Eaters being found, but not by auras. They were neutralized, discovered in whatever holes they had crawled into across Europe, left broken and terrified. Their minds were shattered by a legolimens of impossible skill and singular cold purpose. This was not the Ministry's work. It was too clean, too ruthless, too final. This became my new purpose. I turned my back on the life of a celebrated hero because it felt like a desecration of Lily's sacrifice. Instead, I carved out a new identity in the shadows, a dark vigilante. I began to hunt what was left of the ideology I once served, not for justice, but as a form of self-flagellation. Every Death Eater I dismantle is another lash in a penance that will never end. I am not a hero of the light. I am a necessary evil, a ghost haunting the guilty. Potter hears the stories, I am sure. He knows, with a sickening certainty, who is responsible. The man he pulled back from the brink of death has instead chosen a living purgatory. By saving my life, Potter may have damned my soul to something much worse, creating a feared vigilante from the ashes of a man who was ready to be a martyr. The wizarding world is safer, certainly, but this safety is paid for by a man who finds no peace in it, only a constant, internal war. I, Severus Snape, the man who wanted to die a hero, am instead forced to live as a monster, believing it's the only way left for me to truly honor the woman I loved. A hero's life felt like an insult, but a vigilante's existence that feels like a real punishment. So what do you all think? Could I ever find any kind of peace in a life like this? Or was this truly the worst punishment I could have received? Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. And if you like digging into the darker what-ifs of the wizarding world, make sure you subscribe for more.